Massive news to start this Saturday morning. Yes, there was a lot of rumblings, y'all, that said LaNorris might even leave South Carolina, right? Remember, not necessarily from the program, but remember it was analysts like, hey, I can see him going to Miami. I can see him going here, there, whatever it may be. And it was a year LaNorris struggled, right? Obviously not his best season, right? But we know when LaNorris is playing at a high level, right? He's a top quarterback. But he didn't play like that this year, right? We got to put that out there. But what's key is his development moving forward, right? We'll talk about the deal here in a second, but the fact that he's even nearing a deal to re-sign is definitely surprising. I didn't think that he would do that. Obviously, it's from Pete Nakos. He says, sources have told On3 Sports that no deal has been signed yet, but the two sides are in the final stages of negotiations. That's obviously big. As you guys know, he re-signed last year, and it's kind of how it is in college football. Like, you're going to renegotiate, re-sign, you know what I'm saying, deal with different things, signing bonuses, probably the incentives. It's almost like NFL now, like I said before. So interesting to see him obviously come back to South Carolina when there was a lot of big options out there. And it kind of looked like he was going to leave, right? South Carolina struggled, right? They got rid of their offensive line coach. They got rid of their offensive coordinator. So it put him in kind of a tough spot, right? And what's key for him going forward, like I said a little bit earlier, is his development, right? He got to get the right coach to help him maximize his potential because he does have NFL caliber talent, but the production and execution and taking care of the football is not translating onto the field. It's so big that even Adam Schefter has even commented on it from Pete Thamel. Once considered a top QB for the 2026 draft, LaNorris is staying at South Carolina. Like I said, this kid was always been thought of as big time, but now it's time for him to take advantage, develop for another year, and obviously go out there and ball. Now, the difference is, it's going to be interesting, is you remember they got a prize prospect in Landon Duckworth, South Carolina did, who's coming in as a 4-star prospect, right? Is he willing to be patient would be another question outside of this as well, right? Because likely LaNorris has probably, one more year with South Carolina? I doubt he stays past that, especially if he has a big season. Will Landon Duckworth be patient enough to wait it out, wait about a year, and then obviously be given the keys to the throne? It's going to be very interesting to see. And as y'all can see, I was not bluffing, right? You go to 2024 when he kind of took that next step forward. South Carolina finishes the season strong, 9-3, have an outside case to make a CFP playoff, right? They don't do it. This past year was a lot of hype going around South Carolina. He was revered as one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. It was several quarterbacks like that. Garrett Nussmeier, Sellers, DJ Lagway. Like, there was a lot of quarterbacks in the SEC considered one of the best in the country. Didn't really pan out like that this year, right? This year, he threw for 2,437 yards, 13 touchdowns, but the big kicker, this number down there, that 8 interceptions, right, was not taking care of the football, was fumbling the ball in key situations. When you look at, obviously, the Alabama game, they could have pulled off that upset. There's several instances where he could have played better. He also kind of took a step down, obviously, with his rushing as well, going from 674 to 270, right? So definitely different things he got to clean up, his mechanics and things like that, but he is supremely talented. And like I said, redshirt sophomore will be obviously going into redshirt junior year. Big year coming up for LaNorris Sellers in the Gamecock. Obviously, Coach Beamer has talked about it, them wanting to be in that college football playoff conversation. And they're going to have to win some big games next year. It's not going to be easy when you look at the SEC schedule and you look at the South Carolina schedule. You have one more SEC game as well that could knock you off. So it's going to be very important for them. Big things coming up, obviously moving forward for the Gamecocks. And LaNorris Sellers is going to have to go out there and obviously ball. And they're going to have to take the next step forward. And they're going to have to hit on the coaching staff that they bring in and they surround around LaNorris Sellers for him to have that real big year. Remember, y'all, it only takes one big season in college football to really make it. He obviously had that 2024 season. 2025 left a little bit to be desired. But if he can take that step forward in 2026, he could be one of the top quarterbacks off the board.